Hi, it's 975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous, and this is a video that's been requested. I don't know why anyone would request one of my ship builds. My ship builds are just thrown together. I don't use Coriolis, and I just kind of just cobble them together as I go. As you can see, there are the shield strength and hull strength of my ASP. Anyone with 5 minutes on Coriolis could do a better build than this one, honestly. Especially the resistances, they're almost non-existent. I've got mirrored composite armor on this thing. This has been a real long, weird story. These are the modules. I'm just going to run through them on screen. I'm not going to really highlight it. There's some stuff that's missing experimentals. It's not fully complete, and it's just one of those things. I'm not a shipbuildy guy. I'm just not. Way back when the game first started, and probably for about the first 2 years I played this game, maybe even 3. I'll have to go back through my videos for the timelines, but basically, I was obsessed with Lakons. And I mean, I was obsessed with Lakons. My favourite ships are Type 7. I never liked the ASP. I never got on well with the ASP. The ASP annoyed me because Lakon at the time didn't really have a combat ship. This was before the Diamondbacks even made it into the game. So I hoped the ASP would be that combat ship. And when I got in the ASP for the first time, and I flew it with E-rated thrusters, it was the biggest pile of rubbish. And I even did a video saying that my Type 7 was better in combat than the ASP. Which, at the time I did believe. Because my only experience with an ASP was one with crappy thrusters that, and this was pre-engineering and way back when. And I made the argument that, because I could ram things better in my Type 7 was better in combat. And there was an element of truth to that back then. Over the years, I've struggled and I've tried to make the ASP into a combat ship, into a res hunter. So me and Don go res hunting, and I can stay in my ASP rather than having to be in a ship I don't particularly like. And as they added to Lakons, this wouldn't have been a thing. But back then, like I say, this was before the Diamondbacks, long before the Chieftain and all that came into the game. This was right back when the game started. I started experimenting with combat ASPs badly. I tried armored ASPs. I tried all sorts of weird and wonderful janky builds. I did videos about how pathetic the builds were. I've always had this ship early doors in the game. Look how bad I am at the game. I can't even get on the landing pad the right way around. So I've always had this ship in my fleet. It's called the Edweenie. It's named after a chicken that was at the rescue a long time ago, bless her. Edweenie used to sit on my shoulder and sit on my wrist like a hunting bird. So I called my ASP, this one, the Edweenie. The other one I called the Francis, because it was my Explorer one. But my combat one I always called the Edweenie, because Edweenie was a Russian Orlov chicken, and they kind of look like hunting birds, but they're just chickens. And so this was the thing. I wanted this ship to be a combat ship, but it was always just going to be an ASP. And I wanted to make it as good as I could for an ASP. And over time, I think I did. I made an ASP that was tough, fairly difficult to gank, that could take me around places. I used it to go to community goals. I used it to go to community events so I could record. There's footage of me passively aggressing, annoying a guy in a cutter in this. I basically boost out ahead of him, stay out of his weapons range, and then like, oh, you're too slow for this type thing in chat, which really made him dribbly angry at me. This ship has always been like my go-to for just traveling around. This jump range isn't that good. I don't even think I've put an experimental effect on the FSD on it. I am the worst when it comes to engineering stuff. It's near complete. I think some of the Enforcer cannons could do with a couple more rolls maybe. But I found this balance, this nice spot where 3 overcharged weapons and 3 efficient means I can get away with 402. I'm not looking to outmaneuver people. I'm in an ASP. Yeah, I'm going to reverse ski, and yeah, I'm going to fly slowly forward. I'm only really fighting NPCs in it. So I don't really care if NPCs call me out for being a reverse ski tool. It's not designed to I won't fly Larry in it or try maneuvers until my shields have gone down. The whole point is to go 402, chaff, occasionally heat sink when you want to put out a bit more damage. When they get into the perfect range, I sometimes pop a heat sink just to increase the fire rate a bit, because it'll dump some extra power into the distributor and just give me a little burst of extra damage. It's quite a weird thing that I do there, but not a lot of people know about that. As to the ship, like I say, over the years I've just cobbled together the strongest asp I could possibly do, and it kind of reached its final form with engineering, prismatics and enforcers. And just recently got a buff because of Guardian shield reinforcement and Guardian hull reinforcement, which has now put it out at the highest shields I'm going to get on it. I don't want to use more boosters. I'm happy with having a chaff and a heatsink. You know, and I'm sure 5 minutes on Coriolis, you know, the likes of Scrub, Decador, and anyone who knows what they're doing with ship builds could make something way better. But my asp has done me well, and it's a tough asp, which is something people don't expect. I remember Nightfall Saul said when he first saw me in Shinny and was like, "Oh, that's that YouTuber, I'm going to gank him." He pulled me over in an FDL. I think it was like 2 or 3 of them in that wing. They started attacking me and were really surprised as I just sat there taking it for a while, and so I jumped out. This ship surprises people, and that's what it's there to do. It's not there to, you know, do anything else than fight NPCs and be tough to kill. You know, I honestly, I do enjoy using this ship. I do love it. I hope one day they bring the ASP Mark 1 into the game and actually do a combat ASP, because that's what I've always wanted. And you know, I think the days are gone where I'm going to go back to an all Lakon fleet. The last time I did it was when I left XO. I went back to an all Lakon fleet for a good while. I honestly just don't like the other ships in this game. I love the Lakons. They're the ones I love. My Cobra Mark 3 is probably the only exception to that. Is the only probably non-Lakon that I actually love. The rest of the ships, I tolerate my time in them. I hate the cutter. I absolutely detest that thing. You know, it's not. I mean, I do enjoy my Clipper. That's a fun ship as well, but I don't actually love it, which is sad. The only ships I truly love are my Lakons and maybe my Cobra. Anyway, that's all this video. I hope you found some of the information about the ship build interesting. It's not a very good build. That's all. Thanks for watching.